Everybody out there on YouTube, this is Dr. Combat 64, third time in a row doing a video like this. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Yes, Christmas in July. I know most people are listening to Christmas music now, but it's Christmas in July is a big thing, so we gotta hang up some tinsels, maybe put up a little bit of Christmas stuff, with celebrating Christmas in July. So today I have some LPs here on the side here on my left to show you guys, just to kind of show them to you, since it is Christmas in July. What the hell, right? We're going to start off here with Christmas with Bing. Now most of these records were mostly from my dad and from his mom, so yeah, there's a couple here on my left, so I'll try to go through these. So Christmas with Bing. This is a pretty interesting album. I mean, it doesn't have like any of the classic, White Christmas or whatever. Apparently this is a Reader's Digest, so there's some songs picked in from here and there from his many of Christmas albums. And here's the back. Pretty interesting. I love the reef. I kind of like the style and stuff. So this was in 1980. This was maybe 4 years after his death. So it's a pretty good album. Not that it doesn't have a White Christmas or any of his classic ones from his first Christmas album from what everybody remembers from his big popular Christmas album. But this is just stuff picked from different Christmas albums, I guess. So very cool. Reader's Digest, Christmas with Bing. Next up, this is funny to say that this is a Utah disco. So this is like Christmas songs being played in disco form. So it's funny to see these disco girls, kind of the font looks kind of late 70s. And here's the back again with those the girls in the back, so I've had listened to this. It's a bit corny, but then again it is very interesting to hear the Christmas songs being done in disco form. So and this was from 1979. So very cool. Don't really listen to it as often, but whatever. Then we get to the classic first Barbra Streisand Christmas album from 1967. This is a classic Christmas album for sure. Most of the stuff is a bit weird and a bit cheesy, I guess. Like Jingle Bells, like Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell. It's a hit or miss, but I still kind of enjoy this album. And here's the back. I don't know what who these names are. I mean, I know that this is Susan something, Barbra Streisand, but obviously this is in cursive. But it's interesting though. I definitely like listening to this. I listen to it every year. And it feels like every year I keep appreciating it a little bit more. But this is Barbra Streisand's Christmas album from Columbia Records. Then we get to one of my favorites, which I should probably put at the end, but this is still a classic. I mean, my dad plays this every year. He has it on cassette, or he recorded on cassette from this LP. This is the Christmas Is with Percy Faith and his orchestra from 1966. It's a classic, starting off with, Christmas Is. I love the choir singing in the background. I just love, the pacing of the song and the whole, it's incredible. I definitely love listening to this thing. This thing is absolutely, incredible. I remember listening to this as a kid. And here's the back. There's, some stuff written there, and I think Percy Faith, I think that's his cursive. So, or his name right there in cursive. But I love all this kind of stuff. That Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, the Christmas song. What else was on here? Yeah, it's a great album. I mean, if you get a chance to listen to this, you will be surprised. So, off of Columbia Records, Christmas Is Percy Faith. Then we get to some of the compilation albums. We get the 1984 A Christmas album from Columbia Records. This is just, as I said, a compilation album. that has, you know, a bunch of great people like Barbra Streisand, Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, Johnny Mathis, Mitch Miller. The list goes on from this compilation album. It's incredible to listen to this. This has always been a childhood album. I mean, it has Sleigh Ride, the Johnny Mathis version everybody knows. Has Percy Faith, definitely has him on there. Jim Nabors, and just a bunch of other people. Tony Bennett. This album is great to listen to. You know, I've always loved listening to this because there's just so much great ones on here. And Andy Williams, which I've already did on a video, and hopefully this December I'll do the top 5 best Andy Williams song from the Christmas album I have from the CD. But as has his title Christmas song, It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. That's incredible. I mean, pick it up on, if they have it on CD, or pick it up on vinyl. Incredible to listen to. Then we get to probably one of the best compilation Christmas albums, The Joy Songs of Christmas from 1971 from Goodyear, off of, I think it was Columbia Records, yeah. And of course it's just a base of just different, just classic, just singers in general. Definitely a classic, I mean, for sure. I mean, I definitely loved listening to this like that other one I showed you. Definitely a classic. I mean, you have Tony Bennett, Carol Burnett, Barbra Streisand, Jim Nabors, Andy Williams, Johnny Mathis. I mean, it's just, the list goes on. I mean, definitely incredible to listen to this, for sure. And it has, I'm trying to think here, some oddball ones like Danny Kaye. I don't know why Danny, that's kind of weird. But I guess they just shoved it in here just because. I mean, whatever. Great Christmas album, for sure. I mean, I know I've seen it on YouTube, so if you want to check that out, maybe. It's called The Joy Songs of Christmas, so if you want to listen to the album, that's what the title of the song is. And then these are ones I think my grandfather had. And this is just Organ and Chimes. Organ and Chimes for Christmas by J.C. Crawford. High fidelity. It's kind of weird to see that up there. This record's not really in the best shape, but I remember listening to this being like, this is very old. It's very old school sounding to hear, like, you know, this particular type of style of music being played on an organ and stuff with Christmas songs. It is what it is, but I mean, I figured it's the Christmas album, so I mean, why not show it to you guys, you know? It's not bad. I listened to it, it's just kind of old. Alright, we get to another compilation Christmas album called A Very Merry Christmas, Volume 3. I do not have any other volumes, but I guess this is the only one I have, so this is from my grandfather. From Grant's Records, or from Grant's, I think that's the clothing company from back in the day, off of Columbia Records. There's some good stuff on here. I mean, obviously it has the same, you know, Jim Nabors, Ray Conniff, Percy Faith, you know, Johnny Mathis, but then it has some other stuff on here, like Ed Sullivan's Orchestra. You have Bobby Vinton on here. Just a mix of stuff. Then you have Burl Ives on here, Mahalia Jackson, Mitch Miller. It's great stuff on here. I mean, I remember listening to this once, thought it was good, you know. Then we get to, last but not least, the king of rock and roll with his famous Christmas album, Elvis Christmas album. This is from I don't really know. I think this is from 1964, I think, 1963. Or it could be from the late 50s, I'm not sure. But this is his signature Christmas album from the time. Has the classic Blue Christmas, Here Comes Santa Claus, and just a bunch of other classic Christmas songs from this album. I love it. You know, Elvis Presley does great. I mean, anything with Elvis is fantastic. Probably one of my favorites on there is probably Blue Christmas. So anyways, that's it. That's all the LP Christmas albums I have to kind of show you guys for Christmas in July. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please stay tuned for more of their videos. So thank you.